Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back. This video is going to be the next chapter in our new chapter book called Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Just a review, if you did listen to the introduction in chapter 1, this story is about a school that got built from bottom to top when it was supposed to be built from side to side. So when it got built from bottom to top, there's only one classroom on each story of the building, and we're learning about the kids that are all the way at the top classroom number 30, all the way up at the top. We learned about Mrs. Gorf. Here she is on the cover, and Mrs. Gorf had a secret power where she could turn children into apples. She was turning tons of children into apples for doing very simple things like sneezing or talking or getting an answer wrong in the classroom. At the end of the chapter, Mrs. Gorf accidentally turned herself into an apple, and then Lewis, the yard teacher, ate her for lunch. So now we're going to learn about the new teacher for the class that's all the way at the top of the story. So this is chapter 2, and it's called Mrs. Jules. So I'm going to show you the picture. Let's learn about Mrs. Jules. Mrs. Jules had a terribly nice face. She stood at the bottom of Wayside School and looked up. She was supposed to teach the class on the 30th story. The children on the 30th story were scared. They had never told anybody what happened to Mrs. Gorf. They hadn't had a teacher for 3 days. They were afraid of what their new teacher would be like. They had heard she'd be a terribly nice teacher. They had never had a nice teacher. They were terribly afraid of nice teachers. Mrs. Jules walked up the winding, creaking staircase to the 30th story. She was also afraid. She was afraid of the children. She had heard that they would be horribly cute children. She had never taught cute children. She was horribly afraid of cute children. She opened the door to the classroom. She was terribly nice. The children could just tell by looking at her. Mrs. Jules looked at the children. They were horribly cute. In fact, they were much too cute to be children. "I don't believe it," said Mrs. Jules. "It's a room full of monkeys." The children looked at each other. They didn't see any monkeys. "This is ridiculous," said Mrs. Jules. "Just ridiculous. I walked all the way up 30 flights of stairs for nothing but a class of monkeys. Who do they think I am? I'm a teacher, not a zookeeper." The children looked at her. They didn't know what to say. Todd scratched his head. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Mrs. Jules. "Please don't get me wrong. I have nothing against monkeys. I really do. I like them. Why, I'm sure we can play all kinds of monkey games." "What are you talking about?" asked Todd. Mrs. Jules nearly fell off her chair. "Well, what do you know? A talking monkey. Tomorrow I will bring you a banana." "My name is Todd," said Todd. The children were flabbergasted. They all raised their hands. "I'm sorry," said Mrs. Jules, "but I don't have enough bananas for all of you. I didn't expect this. Next week I'll bring in a whole bushel." "I don't want a banana," said Calvin. "I'm not a monkey." "Would you like a peanut?" asked Mrs. Jules. "I think I might have a bag of peanuts in my purse. Wait a second. Yes, here it is." "Thanks," said Calvin. Calvin liked peanuts. Allison stood up. "I'm not a monkey," she said. "I'm a girl. My name is Allison, and so is everybody else." Mrs. Jules was shocked. "Do you mean to tell me that every monkey in here is named Allison?" "No," said Jenny. "She means we're all children. My name is Jenny." "No," said Mrs. Jules. "You're much too cute to be children." Jason raised his hand. "Yes," said Mrs. Jules, "the chimpanzee in the red shirt." "My name is Jason," said Jason, "and I'm not a chimpanzee." "Well, you're too small to be a gorilla," said Mrs. Jules. "I'm a boy," said Jason. "You're not a monkey?" asked Mrs. Jules. "No," said Jason. "And the rest of the class, they're not monkeys either?" asked Mrs. Jules. "No," said Allison. "That's what we've been trying to tell you." "Are you sure?" asked Mrs. Jules. We'd know if we were monkeys, wouldn't we? Asked Calvin. I don't know, said Mrs. Jewls. Do monkeys know that they are monkeys? I don't know, said Allison. I'm not a monkey. No, I suppose you're not, said Mrs. Jewls. Okay, in that case, we have a lot of work to do. Reading, writing, subtraction, addition, spelling. Everybody take out a piece of paper. We will have a test now. Jason tapped Todd on the shoulder. He said, Do you want to know something? I liked it better when she thought we were monkeys. I know, said Todd. I guess now it means she won't bring me a banana. There will be no talking in class, said Mrs. Jewls. She wrote Todd's name on the blackboard under the word discipline. All right, boys and girls, I want to talk about a couple vocabulary words that we learned about or that we heard. The first word was the word flabbergasted. The children were flabbergasted. That is a way of saying that the children were shocked. They were confused. They did not know what to do because their new teacher thought they were all monkeys. She said they were too cute to be children. The other word that I wanted to talk about is the word discipline. Now, we have talked a little bit about this word before, but discipline is like saying punishment. It's when you are doing something wrong. So she wrote the word discipline up on the blackboard or on the board, and she wrote Todd's name underneath that word. So that meant that Todd had gotten in trouble for talking. So I guess we're going to have to read more to find out if Mrs. Jewls is a nice teacher or if she's going to be the exact same as Mrs. Gorf. All right, so stay tuned. Another video will be up soon.